gentlemen, I want to thank all of you for taking the time and coming this morning, and especially thank the media for covering this important event. You see, I've got a very big announcement to make. It's a statement that will surely change the landscape of the Jewish community here in Boca Raton. My family has been privileged to live in Boca Raton for more than a decade, a community with over 130,000 Jews living here in South Palm Beach County, and more than 600,000 Jews living here in South Florida, second only to New York. But you know as well as I do that the overwhelming majority of the Jews living in our community are unaffiliated. They're not Reform, they're not conservative, and they're not Orthodox. With that in mind, I must say that it's been an incredible year for outreach and engagement in Boca Raton. I publicly want to thank the Boca Raton Synagogue, the BRS Outreach Revolution, Project Inspire, Aish HaTorah, and NJOP for recognizing the successful programs that we initiated this past year. I'd like to thank my friends, rabbis, and mentors for their wisdom, support, and insight. Rabbi Ephraim Goldberg, Rabbi Phil Moskowitz, Dan Katz, Matthew Hocherman, Rabbi Yoshua Liff, Rabbi Yisachar Frand, Rabbi Kenneth Brander, and Rabbi Yoshua Fass. I especially want to thank my wife Simone and my family, and all of you that have been involved in this important project that began exactly 2 years ago with our beginner service on Rosh Hashanah. Special thanks to my friends at Project Inspire, especially Rabbi Trapp and Cecilia Feynman, for inspiring me. And of course, NJOP, the National Jewish Outreach Programs, Rabbi Buchwald and Larry Greenman, for everything you continue to do to support our efforts here in Boca Raton. Today is September 1st. We are celebrating the beginning of a new month of Elul, and we are gearing up for another exciting year. Everyone knows that the Boca Raton Synagogue always has been synonymous with making people from different backgrounds feel warm and welcome in our community. And that's the reason for its continued growth, and the reason why almost 30 families just moved in this past summer. But now it's time that our community take things to an even higher level. I've decided to formalize all of our outreach efforts and create the most ambitious outreach movement in South Florida. It's not easy starting from scratch and building a new community organization, but I know with God's help and your efforts, we will surely succeed. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor and privilege to be able to introduce all of you to the BRJE, the Boca Raton Jewish Experience. The Boca Raton Jewish Experience is an aggregator of nationally developed educational programs, offering a variety of free classes to Jews about their history and heritage, and offering ways that people can interact meaningfully in communal Jewish experiences. Now you can get connected in a way that allows you to partake at your own pace. Knowing something about Judaism does not require an all-or-nothing commitment. It's an individual's journey to be pursued at one's own pace and interest. The mitzvos are our opportunities for personal growth, to be tried, examined, and understood. We search the Torah for the wisdom that can enrich our lives and seek to share that knowledge with all humanity. Through a variety of exciting free programs, BRJE reaches out offering positive, joyous, and authentic Jewish experiences and meaningful educational opportunities to people of all ages and backgrounds. BRJE programs convey the vibrancy of Judaism and the importance of Jewish community and Jewish continuity. What makes this initiative different from all other outreach programs is that the BRJE will not focus on expanding its employees, but instead will rely on the dedicated, affiliated members of our Jewish community and partner organizations. Take, for example, the Boca Raton Synagogue. With over 650 families, what other Jewish organization out there can say that they have 650 employees on their staff? No one can. And in effect, this makes us one of the largest outreach organizations in the world. But more importantly, this is not wishful thinking or an experiment that we are just attempting. We have tested our programs for the past 2 years and have had incredible success. One example is our Share One Shabbos, where more than 200 BRS families were inspired to host over 1,000 people for a Shabbos dinner. If each of our members goes out of their way to engage just 1 or 2 people, we will reach more than 1,000 people, and that's without even one program in place. With your help, we will increase the number of participants at our beginner services on Shabbos, enlist the help of the greatest educators in our community, have regular lunch and learns at locations that touch every corner of Boca Raton, create more free learning opportunities, either one-on-one or in formal classes, all in an effort to make sure that none of the unaffiliated Jews in our community will be able to say that they didn't have a gateway to the Jewish community. The best part is, for those of you tuning in from other parts of the country, you can do it too. Since Project Inspire broadcast their film this past Tisha B'Av called The Road Home, I've spoken to many people in many communities all over America and Israel about developing synagogue-based outreach initiatives. So as the founding director of the Boca Raton Jewish Experience, I want to share a few personal thoughts with you. I still remember it like it was just yesterday. It was the Jewish holiday of Tisha B'Av 2009, and I was watching a film called One Soul, produced by Project Inspire. Rabbi Lau, the former chief rabbi of Israel, introduced the film by saying that there was a research study that was done in the 90s that said if you have 100 secular Jews today, by the 4th generation, you'll have only 7. We also know that the overwhelming number of children of an intermarriage don't keep their Jewish heritage. 100,000 Jews a year are lost to assimilation. That's 4 million Jews over the last 40 years. And that's only in North America. It's truly a silent Holocaust. They say that there were 400,000 Jews on college campuses. Now they're 200,000. We're shrinking. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have the next 100 years to get our act together. It's literally do or die. The Jewish people are disappearing. Rav Noach Weinberg would say, the Chavetz Chaim says in Chovas Hadas, you go down the street and you see a guy drowning. You've got to go in and save him. But you don't know how to swim. So the poor guy, he dies. But if every day you go down and see people drowning, you have an obligation to learn how to swim. It's not a matter if this is an opportune time. This is the only time. If we don't act now, we're not going to have another chance. This whole group of unaffiliated Jews isn't going to wait until the next generation. Studies have shown us that they're not going to be Jews. This is the only time to do it. Rav Noach would also say that we can't fail. The Almighty is with us. We have a Torah which is beautiful beyond compare. We just have to present it the right way. We are a people who are thirsty for meaning and are thirsty for truth. Idealists in every way, the most charitable, active for the poor. They want truth. They want meaning. We have to do our job. We can't fail. We just make the effort. We know the problems with assimilation and intermarriage. Now it's time that we make a difference. And you can be part of the solution. Just take a moment right now. Think of someone. One person. Maybe it's a coworker. Maybe it's a cousin. Maybe it's a neighbor. It could be someone living right down the block from you right now. It could be anyone. There is someone in your life. You just call or email and invite to your home for Shabbos, a beginner class or beginner service, or give them just an easy outreach gift. Just do something. You don't have to be a celebrity. You just have to be yourself. You can do something, and it can really make a difference. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Boca Raton Jewish Experience. Inspire yourself to inspire others.